Yeah, this is the game. Get to help him out with that as well too. Keep trying City Wheels, but you get disappointed when playing people. It becomes a very fun though. What's the one thing that disappoints you? Is it like the rev blow? That would be very understandable, honestly. The rev blow kind of kills the game just a bit, but it's still fun. For me, at least. I feel like once they made some adjustments towards the system mechanics, especially with rev blow, the game might be a bit more better. Oh yeah, Jushido. I've never talked to you about Open Mike Eagle. I think last time when I told you that I listened to the song, I said the wrong lyrics. I think it made it sound like that I didn't really listen to the song. But I did went back on it to hear it again because I just wanted to listen to like more rap music like that. And I don't know if it's just me, but when I try to listen to the lyrics, like towards the middle of the song, I would just get lost to the beat every fucking time. I re-listened to it to like 3 to 4 times, and the beat just gets me every time in the middle. Just really good. The gameplay feels almost as trash as Street Fighter 6. Don't feel rewarded for fundamentals. I feel like I have to know when being guard cancel for everything. That is fair, honestly.
Feeling a little lighter these days.
As a feather.
I feel like I can finally exhale.
Not everything is solved, but with the source stable,
Hold on.
people are smiling at the hold again.
That's honestly like very fair. I can understand like the pressure when someone's pressuring. If it feels a bit more like Street Fighter 6 because they're always up in your face. I think like the mechanic of Rev Guard really helps with that to create space. And there's like interesting punishes where people just commit to the third string of the light attack. But yeah, don't feel rewarded for fundamentals. I can definitely see that as a personal problem. Like that's like at the start of it, I can understand that. It felt really weird that like you feel like you gotta like try a bit more. I think like once you get more used to the game, you start to see like, your fundamentals of the game will start to flourish just a bit. And yeah, guard cancel. It is not like Mark of the Wolves. I don't know if you ever play that, but Mark of the Wolves, you can guard cancel almost anything with any move. But City of Wolves, you really have to pick your spots. But it creates interesting situations though. Especially with the counter hit system and the wild punish. You need more experience, but I have played quite a bit. Yeah, I feel once the game gets a bit more adjusted with the mechanics, I feel you might like it a bit more. Well, I don't know how much you've been trying to use Rev Guard
The actual speech for Spindles.
in that game, but it's like I think that's like the best mechanic in that game.
It was beautifully written. I made some minor grammatical edits, but the soul of the speech was perfect. Brilliance, selflessness, and sacrifice like hers comes along once in a lifetime.
Yeah. That line got me too.
Like for some reason, actually never Rev Guard. That might be the problem. Yeah, like the moment you start seeing like the holes in a person's playstyle, what does it do? So it's like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or 3. It's a pushback mechanic. So whenever someone goes up to you and press buttons, each hit you Rev Guard against will push them back more further. So you gain more space. So with like, for example, with Hokutomaru, when he does this like when he comes up to you and does 2 2 crushing Bs, then tries to end it off with a standing B. For like on regular guard, all 3 of those hits were connect, but on Rev Guard, 2 of those hits were connect. The third one with whiff, which allows you to whiff punish that and get a wild punish off of it. Yeah, I really believe that game, that mechanic really changes how the game is played. And it does have like some effects against specials. I can't really see it too much, but I think like with specials, it's kind of like works the opposite. You barely move when someone does a special. Like with Billy Kane, when he does his pull, then he pulls you back. If you on regular guard, you get more closer to him. But on Rev Guard, you still keep a good amount of distance. Give a shot next time? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely recommend it. Got some hype brackets. I'm still shocked at Shanghai losing. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like Shanghai is not playing the character that fits for him. If I'm being honest, I really feel like Gato is a better character for him to play. Honestly, but Shanghai losing at SNK games like watching Superman get stabbed by McDonald's worker. That's quite a comparison. That is quite a comparison. But it's like, I don't know. Pre-patch, it was almost like anybody's game, honestly. Yeah, have lunch. Have a great. All right, Gecko, have a good one. Thanks for the raid again, man. Good to see you. But yeah, pre-patch CD Wolves is probably like one of the worst like I should say patch. SNK has released, because the top 5 honestly were really annoying, especially Kai. So seeing Shanghai losing to a Kai wasn't, to me, shocking, because one, G1 is a really great player, but it's like Kai on top of that makes it even more possible for him to like dominate against somebody on the same caliber as Shanghai. So it was something. But R.E.V.O, yeah, I don't know. I feel like with this patch it will probably be a lot more different, even though Kai is still a bit strong. But yeah, looking forward to see how terms would play out for this patch. Two has already happened offline, and so I'm looking forward to more.
Good news. I harvested the Herald's pattern.
Splendid. If you'll let me handle the resonance. Dom, come and look at this. Bryn's brought back the Surgeborn resonance and...
Fascinating. It really is like nothing I've laid hands on.
The Herald was telling the truth, then. About this, at least.
Walk me through it, team.
Dom, do you want to?
Yes. This is the second resonance I've had access to, and I didn't realize before, but it's clearly not of this world.
Dude, I missed the Virtua Fighter tournament in the last 2 days. That was at I think it's called Versus Fighting, the tournament in Europe. So I have to rewatch that. I saw that Shidosha made grand finals too. So it's my first time seeing a Taka in grand finals, and it just shows that every character is capable in the right hands. I love seeing the variety of that game. Under Night, man, I wish I can get into that. I really wish. I tried to, but I just don't know what is pushing me away from it, or what's not clicking for it with me. Because I love Melty Blood, and I thought enjoying watching Melty Blood would have the same effect on Under Night, but I don't know. I guess I just don't understand Under Night fully enough to um, obtain the hype from it.
It resembles nothing mentioned in any literature I've ever seen. The Hearthsiders' libraries have nothing about this, not even the Spindle's tomes. Exploring the possibility of other worlds could consume decades of a researcher's life, and they'd barely scratch the surface.
And I'm also happy that VF is finally come on consoles. Like, even though they did announce that a long time ago, but we're gonna have a lot more players on VF now, thankfully. And it'll be a great refuge for a lot of Tekken players who just does not like Tekken 8. And I'm kind of one of them. Even though my only time I ever played Tekken 8 was at SGDQ 24. Yeah, VF R.E.V.O. Or is it called VF R.E.V.O. World Stage? Is that what it's called? I know it's pretty different from LT, even if they're by the same people. Not the craziest thing that I see. Yeah, World Stage, yeah. I'm hoping that a lot of Tekken 8 haters will like consider making the jump towards Virtua Fighter. And maybe people who love Tekken 8 as well make the jump too. But I can definitely say it might be a big change of feeling between games, honestly. You can beat me up in VF sometime, probably. I'm still not that good. I'm still not that great in that game yet. I'm still learning like all the fundamentals of it. I'm just like trying to find like spacing, what's a good pace to go at, like change the play style, all that kind of stuff. It's very fun. Like I usually do have fun losing fighting games, especially if we're fighting games that I love. But VF, it's like very like the battles you lose is so fruitful because they're full of questions that have answers to them. If that makes sense. That's no hope for NA Tekken players. My read is that they have Stockholm syndrome themselves into just playing Tekken Street Fighter players before Street Fighter 5. Yeah, honestly, I do kind of have that view for Tekken players, but mostly I have that view on Street Fighter players. But I will say, like, at the start of Street Fighter 5, when people were expressing their disappointment, they did hop on Tekken 7 or other games to at least like have that fighting game spark. So they're like, that was good. See people on Tekken 7 and kids get Revelator 2 at the time. Yeah. I'm hoping VF just gets that recognition that it always deserves. I was also been looking at like some of the very old tournaments of it too. Even some Virtua Fighter 4. I need to look at more of those, honestly. Like if Tekken 8 Season 2 didn't get them to jump ship and try VF already, I don't think the new update VF 6 will move them. Yeah. But from their perspective, what other 3D game can they play? Honestly, let's show you can tell them like, go play Street Fighter, go play City of the Wolves, Anime Fighters, all these versus games are coming out. Like look forward to those. But I feel like Tekken fans will gravitate more to a 3D game than a 2D one. Do you think VF will have a strong release, but I don't expect NA Tekken players to show it the love it deserves? No, I feel like with NA, like in general, they're probably the only region to where you have to like influence them to actually like, do anything. That's why like some of the North American content creators have such a hold on their communities or the communities they represent, because you can talk to anybody who's a fan of one of those content creators and they will have the same opinion that their content creator have already said. Like they need major influence just to like try out Virtua Fighter or any other game in general. overshot the only other two 3D games, and they never recovered. Soul Calibur 6 maybe could happen, but I don't know if you want a new Soul Calibur from the current BN. What's BN? Also, SC7. I'm hoping that game does great, because the sixth game is actually still fun to watch. Just that one paper rock scissors mechanic is very unnecessary. But there's other stuff that I don't know what is good for the game, but people have their takes on it. Yeah, Dead or Alive. That's a tragedy. That's a big tragedy. Like, after the whole R.E.V.O thing with core values, I don't think that game's ever coming back. Ever. I mean, it could still, but it just probably won't be the same. Bloody War. I have been looking at that game at Common Breaker, and that game does look pretty cool. That'd be really sick to see that game come back, honestly. That'd be really cool. Well, are that all the 3D games out there? I mean, there's a lot of older ones, but they're like lesser known, I think. Crazy's not that much 3D fighting games out there. Capitalism demands that eventually that they drag it from behind to shed it to try to make money again, but that's a long ways off. Yeah. I think my one thing that with DOA is that like there seems to be a lot of touch of deaths with that game, which makes it a bit unfun to play and even watch. I feel like with 3D games, I'm just more excited to see neutral than anything, and that's why I think that's why I love V.F so much, because the neutral in that game is actually like an art. It's an art. It's really cool to just look at. Tekken 7 had something like that. I can get why some of the top players didn't like it. Some of them. But with, I don't know, Tekken 7 just felt intense with their neutral. Tekken 8, there's hardly any fucking neutral. You're forced to be aggressive to actually win. The Automod got you. They make money off the gacha game, or wherever that beach game is. Yeah. I'm disappointed people buying that, but it is what it is. That game is just such a tease. Like, just look up in the internet. There's websites for you to actually like see it. Not really TODs. You can get fucked over by stage and stuff, but legit, I touched you, you can't do anything, and just die ain't really a thing. Oh, okay. I did hear about the stage being a nuisance as well. The deal with DOA has to do a lot just to come back. Even then, it still might not be enough. But that Virtua Fighter 6 footage that was shown at R.E.V.O, it seems like it was the legit one this time. But all the movement, sound effects, the new mechanic they add, which seems like a critical hit, the red part, it's gonna be interesting how that applies again. It would be harder if it came back now because VF exists again. Yeah, like the grandfather of all 3D fighting games. Like, it's gonna be hard to take the spotlight from them. Especially the place Bluetooth VFs get together. That's a good comparison. Yeah, I just really hope Virtua Fighter just becomes a big competitor against Tekken. And I know that when that happens, we're gonna have the Tekken community just like trying to talk shit to the VF community, but the VF community is so fucking chill that they won't probably engage like that unless the refugees of other fighting games like goes into VF and like start talking shit for them, which makes things even more chaotic. Hard to justify your resistance when your cooler big brother's right there in his new suit with his new car and a new bag of weed. Yeah, just try and get that attention away from them. Yeah. VF the community is a bunch of 28+ they ain't stunning like Tekken players. Nah. I've been hanging around with Tricky stream a lot, and her and the people in that community in her community is very chill. Like everybody's very chill. That's why I love the VF community. It's like it's not like any other fighting community. I could say like the CD Wolves or SNK community are chill as well, but they have some bad apples. Every community has some bad apples, but VF just feels clean. You sure the VF players have Twitter? Honestly, they should move to Blue Sky. Blue Sky is a very chill place to stay at. Been using that a lot more than Twitter.
It was a theoretical, primary theological pursuit before, but this strand changes everything.
There's a huge upside when just adults. Because, dude, like the time I just been hanging around with the VS community, just like lurking, it's just nothing but like calmness and peace. But when you go to like a random Tekken stream, it's just loud, chaotic, shit talking, like all the shit you usually see in like Call of Duty or some other fucking community. It's just crazy how it's just crazy between with the contrast between communities. It's funny, but crazy. On the night community is way cool because all the players are like 25 bare minimum. Yeah, I never really heard any problems with the Under Night community. Same thing for Melty Blood as well. Like anybody who played Melty Blood are like 25 and older as well, but I didn't really engage in that community. I just watched the tournaments, but I don't really know.
So you're suggesting this is an entirely novel field of research?
That is precisely the fact of the matter, my curly-haired friend.
Unique community had to grow up. They were more annoying back in 2018-ish. Damn, really? Well, at least they all grew up together. No doubt they still have the problems, but problems that probably aren't as big as it used to be before, I bet. I'm still glad to see that game in tournaments. Just really wish I can get into it.
I'm happy for you both. I really am. But I've got some mild concerns about this resonance I've brought home. Particularly around the risk of it regenerating into a Surgeborn the size of a Hallowpyre temple when we're not looking.
I would not like to see that either. The resonance is self-healing, but beyond that, it seems that some other element dictates the Herald's regeneration. I would not be surprised if you saw it again, but without its connection to home, you will not be able to evolve or adapt.
I think the one community that has like the most drama now in the FGC is probably the Strive community. Like shit just goes down in that game. It's so weird. Like there's like petty ones, but there's major ones where a certain person didn't get banned from tournaments and still able to compete, but they only got recently they got banned for like 2 to 3 months. Where like in any other cases, other players would just get banned indefinitely. It's weird. He was talking to a friend good friend, but it is genuinely sad that every other game that got shot by COVID bounced back except DOA. Yeah, no, yeah. Vocabulary. I feel like it was the net code and the mechanic that kind of killed it. I feel like if those two things didn't cause so much problems, I feel like people would be on Soul Calibur a lot more. DOA, I just don't fucking know. I really don't know about DOA and what problems they can do to fix things. BB Tag and Sam Show got rolled back, and they're still, well, I don't know about BB Tag, but Sam Show is still having tournaments, especially because SNK is promoting it very hard now due to SWC. And the 9 Grand Blue got updates. So Grand Blue seems like it got easier with the new big update game thing. Because I feel like the game seems a lot more aggressive than it was when it first released. It could have always been like that, but when I look at the game, it just seems like people are just always up in somebody's face. And when I first looked at it, it just seemed like people were playing neutral. Sharp players are mostly dumb kids, and kids are allowed to be dumb, but they're dumb in public and surprised that we're laughing. Yeah, and it's like Strive is a mix of a lot of communities. Like the biggest one, I think, is probably like Smash community, coming into play as well. What else? I guess Street Fighter. I don't know. Because like Strive community doesn't feel like Guilty Gear community at all. I feel like all the Guilty Gear players doesn't really like the game like that, but they play it because they don't have anything else to play. But I see that Nitroff is playing City of the Wolves, so I'm glad for him. I don't know who else from that game is playing any other game. I feel like I've seen a lot of players not come back after like the second year of Strive, second or third year. Like my general assumption is that the average Strive player is some kid that plays Fortnite and Genshin and hasn't read a book since kindergarten. Yeah, no, that's a good assumption, honestly. Like, I feel like every time when someone talks about Strive, you kind of get the idea that people just doesn't like those people at all. And we got fucking Majin Obama saying that's not real Guilty Gear. It's just so funny. It's just so funny to hear. It's so funny to hear because I can't really blame him for saying that. Like, Strive is an entirely new game that calling it Guilty Gear just doesn't feel right. It may have Guilty Gear characters, but it's not a Guilty Gear game. You wish Strive was more fun because Nagotori Yuki is good as fighting game character. Yeah, dude, I love seeing that character dominate in tournaments. Even though he's kind of probably one of the most risky characters to use, but damn, does he hit hard. I would have been interested to see how he would work out in a legit Guilty Gear game, but yeah, we probably won't see that happen. And I'm pretty sure the new update that Strive is going to make won't really change much of anything. Probably just add a new mechanic and that's it. He made that game fun for you. That's really good. I've never playing the beta of Strive, and I played Chip in Guilty Gear Revelator 2, so I was obviously gonna play Chip in the beta. And I did not play a single match. I probably did, probably like one or two. I was just sitting there in training mode, just doing all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't like this game. I don't like this game. I was planning on buying it too. I was really planning on buying it, but I'm thankful that beta happened so I can save my money. That shit was that was not enjoyable at all. that was made too much money for them to think about reversing course in the next game. I expect the next Guilty Gear will play more like Strive than with some tuning. Yeah, same here. I fully expect that to happen as well. Like, and they made it clear that they're making Strive not for the old players but for the new players. And it's like, I feel like most of this money came from the point that was the one. Well, it wasn't the first game to have rollback, but it was a game from a big company that has pretty good rollback in the game. I feel like people got influenced by that to actually like buy the game and play it. And most of those fucking players don't play the game anymore. Most of those players don't play the game anymore like that. But of course, like Strife would pick up players along the years. That's how things usually go. City Wolves is gaining more players. Street Fighter 6 is still gaining more players. Tekken 8 is gaining more players. But it's like, damn, man. People just really are quick to buy in a fighting game than seeing how it plays out. I'm happy that Strife made Arc System made enough money, a lot of money from it. I wouldn't want Strife to suddenly be a good game, because then all the people like that will, then all the people that like it will feel like I feel that's not really fair to them. Wait, I gotta read that again. I want Strife to suddenly be a good game, because then all the people that like it will feel like I feel. Oh yeah. They can't really change the game to cater to the old players anymore. That'd be a bold move for them to do. Bold and risky. That I don't know. It's not worth changing the game anymore. Just keep sticking to the new players. You're still finding success from it. Don't know if they're growing exponentially because of it, but they're still relevant. But it sucks to realize that your favorite series isn't gonna be for you anymore. Yeah, no, that's I feel that, honestly. I was having a lot of fun playing Guilty Gear Xrd when it first released, and then later on Revelator 2. It was a really fun game. Wish I played more of it, honestly. And I wish I watched more tournaments of it at the time. Because now, with the way Strive is, I really feel like I missed out on all the greatness that Guilty Gear once had. I really feel like I missed out. I still have regrets about it. I would like rewatch some of the old tournaments. I think, for example, I think one of them was like EVO 2017, like EVO Japan 2017 or 18. I forgot which one. But it was like, who was a player? It was Nage, and the other player's name starts with an O. Got his name, but he played Johnny, and the other one, I think Nage played Frost. And just hearing Majin Obama's like passion just come out of him through that tournament was just during that match was just like he was like just all for it. He loved the story, the history that came with the game. It just, we just don't feel that anymore with Strive. It's not there, at least for the majority of us that played Guilty Gear before Strive. It wouldn't be fair to all Strive players is the game suddenly play more like Xrd. Yeah, it'd make me happy, but suddenly all those players just lost their favorite game. Yeah, no. Like, as much as we want to be selfish, it's best to just consider what's best for the newer players who love Strive, or even the old players who love Strive. Like, let them keep their game the way it is. The old players are forced to just venture out, try something else. And I really feel like Arc Systems didn't really need to go that direction with Guilty Gear, but it is what it is. I feel like they still could have had more hype if they still kept it the way get together has been, they probably still would have had like the same amount of people join in, but probably flourish more if the concept remained the same with new added mechanics and stuff like that. It was a really hype EVO Japan set between a Chip player and a Ewan player. I don't know that character. One of my favorite sets in the game. We're playing Soul. Omito, that was his name. Nage was going against Omito. Yeah, no, Omito is fucking crazy. Omito is really crazy of a player. But yeah, I'll definitely look into that one. I need more old get together tournaments to watch in a way. So it's hard to find some for some reason.
So the resonance heals itself, but it won't turn into a Surgeborn on its own. Good.
There's something else to worry about. One large thing. What amount of this information are we comfortable sharing? And with whom?
I wish I could draw from weaving history to provide guidance, but something this big has never happened before.
The Axel has always appreciated our transparency. We should tell her first.
I would assume she's busy with her duties as interim leader, but on the other hand, I've no clue. Truly, my font of wisdom runs empty.
I think this one's big enough that we can bother her about it without feeling guilty.
You're right, of course. I'll meet you in Cassidan's hold. I just need to document this while it's fresh in my mind.
And I will continue experimenting. What a wonderful opportunity.
See you in the hold, Lane.
Wait, you said Chip player. The first one I saw was a Johnny and Soul, so I need to go deeper into the video actually. Like, as in a commercial. Okay, where is it? Is it the most replayed one? Oh no, okay. You just have noticed that. I don't know why I thought that link was related to that. But yeah, just Soul and Johnny all the way with this one. But a Chip and a Hyuin player. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It was Japan. I gotta look that up.
Good morning, Karnatame. Might we trouble you with some questions of a fairly important nature?
You're already here, so you may as well.
This is a pretty big one, for the record.
We have learned something astounding about the Surgeborn and the fundamental nature of the source.
Something new?
Yes. When Bryn was engaged in combat down in the source,
Okay, nice.
the Herald spoke to her of its origins. It told her it hailed from another world, and at the source is a celestial wound through which the Surgeborn found their way here.
That's the character. Damn, yeah. But I probably remember seeing that, maybe? I'm gonna watch it regardless, anyway. I love seeing that character.
We thought it might have been lying, trying to throw me off. But recently, we realized it's regenerated. So I killed it again. Took a resonance from its pattern to Lane and Dom, and
It was all true.
all of it.
Dharm is very excited about the existence of other worlds and will continue researching, but it sits ill with me.
How so?
You and I spoke at length on how the truth, the whole truth, must be made available to all. But this isn't just some political secret. It changes our approach to everything. Religion, weaving, the way we place ourselves in the world.
I understand. I assume you've thought a great deal about this. Give me a risk assessment.
That's just the thing. Understanding more about the world, it's beautiful, wonderful. I have enough perspective, however, to know that the same may not be true for others, especially those who have lived here through the Surge. Would it bring peace to their hearts? Would this knowledge shared free to all improve their lives? I fear not. But perhaps I am the fool for thinking that I am wise enough to know what is best for others.
I see. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. First things first, we need to find out what Kenrick knew about this. Let's fetch him, shall we?
What do you want?
I was hoping to draw on some of your memories, if you wouldn't mind. It's in regards to a security matter.
If it's a security matter, then those two shouldn't be privy to it.
That's no longer your call. In the years where you held the Surgeborn Talon in custody, did it ever speak to you of its origins?
I will not incriminate myself.
I'm simply asking a question from someone who's in charge to someone who was in charge.
And you may simply ram that question up where the sun doesn't shine.
You're useless. You may leave.
I'm useless. I'm not the one chasing religious fairy tales about worlds beyond our own. Ridiculous.
So you knew, and kept it to yourself. That's more than enough from you.
I'll leave you to your hunt for a desert Akala, then.
Exhausting. I'm sorry about him, as always. Now, given the services you have rendered us, I believe you deserve a little trust. So I'll listen to what you think I should tell our people of the Herald and the worlds beyond ours and whatever else.
It's humbling to have earned such trust, and we won't squander it. Before I speak, do you have any thoughts on this, Bryn?
When I brought the resonance back to camp, Dharm said that it meant the arrival of an entirely new field of research. The Enclave's researchers never got to properly understand the Surgeborn before the labs were overrun. I don't know. I think it would be a shame if Dharm was the only person in the entire world to have that opportunity. Even though I know he'd do an amazing job. It would be sad to force him to work in secret for the rest of his life.
I don't think that'd be ideal, no. Lane, please regale us with your conclusions.
Bryn covered some of what I've been musing over, but for the sake of completeness, I'll recap it all with my own thoughts. 3 major facets of this problem loom in my mind. First, that of the research possibilities. Keeping this revelation under lock and key would obviously gatekeep untold numbers of discoveries. Second, that of those who adhere to the various religions around the Maida. I fear that disclosing the existence of other worlds to the public at large could upset a great many people at best, and trigger a holy war at worst. They have been waged on far smaller provocations than this. Finally, and most importantly, so many of the problems we've encountered here have been because people kept secrets. Whether they were forced to keep them or not, the existence of those secrets significantly hamstrung our efforts to learn about the Enclave. If I had any choice in the matter, I would change that status quo in a heartbeat.
Now is your chance. If you want to seize the moment, I will respect your choice.
The irony is that I find myself faltering on the precipice, because I've now been presented with truly dangerous knowledge. Before I entered the Enclave, before we undertook this wondrous journey, I would have been adamant that everyone know each intimate detail. But now, I believe we must find an acceptable truth to share. But not the whole truth.
What do you have in mind, then?
Subject to your approval, we start by telling your people the story of the source, the entire truth, barring that of the breach. Then we tell the people that, as it stands right now, the monster they saw at the Grand Gate is eternal. But more importantly, we are working on ways to combat it. We keep its true origins close to our chest. Knowing how to contain the Surgeborn is much more important. For now, we tell part of the truth. We share select details and let the people weave their own interpretations. We control the narrative by allowing conflicting narratives to spread. And one day, the denizens of the Maida may be ready to know the full truth. Is that acceptable to you, Karnatame?
Yes, it is. And might I say, you would have made an amazing politician had you stayed in Judea.
That's kind of you to say. But I have too strong a moral core to do that kind of work.
Very understandable. It's not for everyone. Nevertheless, I will communicate our story to the public. Let's hope the ensuing chaos is limited. I'd like to build trust again.
It's the right thing to do.
Lane, Bryn, thank you for your time and assistance.
It has been our everlasting pleasure, Karnatame.
I think this is probably the last part of this particular quest. There's still one more out there. I'm pretty sure it involves a codex I need to collect, but I could be next stream maybe. Watching old Key and Peele skits, those two were gold. Dude, I miss their skits so much. I sometimes like watch them whenever I get recommendations of them. I don't remember what's my favorite one. Maybe the substitute or the ones where they're talking about their wives or and such. That's a lot of good ones. There was one with the racist zombies apocalypse. That was funny. That was very funny. Because they're on a chain wax. I don't even remember that part. And that's a lot I need to go back on. The one where it was the football one where he would do like 3 pumps, but he always get penalized for the third one. I love that one a lot, mostly because when that skit came out, you started seeing NFL players do that, and even the referees would follow along as well. They do 2 pumps. Then if you do the 3rd pump, the referee just throw the flag and call for a personal foul. That shit is funny. That shit is very funny. So I love the human in that. Yeah, they had a lot of great ones. I would love to see them come back together, make some new skits. But they're out there doing their own thing. Greatly too. One of them's a voice actor and another one is a director and writer. Pretty cool.
I feel as if a great weight has been lifted from my shoulders. When one begins to live their life beyond dusty old tomes, they must reckon with the complexities that are part and parcel of lived experience. Which is to say, you have truly been an agent of change in my life, Bryn. And I couldn't be more grateful to sit by the raging hearth of your love.
I'll show you a raging hearth if you keep complimenting me like that.
Oh?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh?
But really, I feel good.
How are you feeling about your research as a whole?
Excellent. I'm going to chronicle everything. Even if some of it may not see the light of day for some time, I have faith that it will, someday. And when it does, it will be useful to those who need it.
And what about that? Keeping it under wraps, I mean.
I suppose I have learned a sense of nuance. In Judea, keeping secrets was like breathing, but almost every secret was trivial or petty at best. And more importantly, kept as a means through which to exert power. That was Kenrick's approach too. Power through secrets. Whereas I would hope that my reasons to keep secrets are driven by a sense of care and kindness. Do you think so?
I do. And more importantly, I know you're the kind of person to seek outside accountability if you need it.
With you and everyone else at my back, my worries are now few and far between. All that remains is to continue my research. And I'll need you to keep bringing back items of interest, of course.
I'll never stop. As long as you keep using big words to flirt with me.
There's no danger of that, I promise you. Now, get adventuring. I'll be here to warm your bedroll when you return.
My game crashed? Are you fucking kidding me? My game crashed? Were they floating too hard? Are you fucking serious? What do you mean? I just want Key to show up in one of Jordan's movies. Dude, I would love that. I would love that. I'm shocked that hasn't happened yet. The last men were too powerful. Doesn't need to be a main character, just have to pop in for a couple of scenes as a comic relief. Like, exactly. I would like to see like that kind of form of reunion for them, honestly. I know Jordan are really creepy extra, yeah. And I know Jordan has been so deep into the whole scary movies direction. I haven't watched any of them yet, but I heard they're all been so great. But yeah, no, I just really like to see them together again, like just one last time. I had to skip all of this.
I feel as if a great weight has been lifted from my shoulders.
Get Out was good.
When one begins to live their life beyond
I think I did saw Get Out
tones,
once.
they must reckon with the
I
complexities
did.
that are part and parcel of lived
Probably been
experience.
spoiled by now though.
Just to say, you have truly been an agent of change in
I think
my
I
life,
saw
Bryn,
it whole
and I
thing.
couldn't be more grateful to sit by the raging hearth of your love.
I'll show you a raging hearth if you keep complimenting me like that.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, and I think there was like one comic relief character in that movie was the guy's best friend who had to like come over to like pick him up at the end, I think. I don't remember. But that shit was fucking scary. Like, just not scary, but creepy. Very creepy.
But really, I feel good.
How are you feeling about your research as a whole?
Excellent. I'm going to chronicle everything. Even if some of it may not see the light of day for some time, I have faith that it will, someday. And when it does, it will be useful to those who need it.
And what about that? Keeping it under wraps, I mean.
I suppose I have learned a sense of nuance. In Udea, keeping secrets was like breathing.
I feel like I do need to start watching his other movies. I don't know what the fuck I've been doing.
And, more importantly, kept as a means through which to exert power. That was Kenrick's approach too. Power through secrets.
Thankfully, I haven't been spoiled
Whereas
on those
I would
yet.
hope that my reasons to keep secrets are driven by a sense of care and kindness. Do you think so?
I do. And more importantly, I know you're the kind of person to seek outside accountability if you need it.
With you and everyone else at my back, my worries are now few and far between. All that remains is to continue my research.
Oh, is my game
And I'll need
captured?
you to keep bringing back items of interest,
Okay, yeah,
of course.
I'll never stop. As long as you keep using big words to flirt with me.
There's no danger of that, I promise you. Now, get adventuring. I'll be here to warm your bedroll when you return.
The mini crisis resolved, the band finally has some downtime to help Bryn uncover mysteries. A new mission has been added to the journal. Okay, do I do this or do I not? Do I do this or do I not? That is the question. It's the last mention, but it's a lot to happen. I need to kill the fucking Got a debt, was fun chilling you. Yeah, thanks for the talk, man. As always. You have a good one.
Who would have thought the Herald was
Be easy,
the
don't
truth about the
easy, drink
source?
water, and don't shake white woman's hands. Yeah, I'll try, man. I'll try.